night.
Go to nutcredit.com.
I'm drying on my shirt. Jeez, how much more can I do for you?
Credits with people.
Walk on my back.
Makes you feel
Hi, how's the snow in your area?
The salt and the brine and the snowplows can only do so much when so much snow comes down at a fairly rapid pace.
And especially with the kind of cold we've had.
Have a lot of snow down.
Snowstorm. It was snowing at 10. We've talked to some folks plowing and shoveling, and it's obviously a lot lighter
Thanks
than
for
you
the
get that heavy
thumbs
dense
up.
stuff when it's 29 to 32 or 33 degrees. One thing that's changed over the past couple of hours, skies have cleared, the snow has ended, and the roads are looking at especially East 61st Street here on the south side of Tulsa. And notice right up in front of me, they cleared and it's melted off nicely. This is some of the areas they salted and plowed. But you come around the corner here, just around the corner, and this is Yale Avenue, and look down here. There's a lot of snow still left coming up to the intersection and in the intersections.
Ignore that.
So that's what we're dealing with. And again,
So we're gonna clean up over there. Don't put on your
the road now will freeze.
Yeah.
As soon as the sun goes down, because our temperatures may not even get to 20. By the way, Nick, the record low max today is 18. Yesterday we
No?
I don't want my
yesterday was only 13 degrees here.
When I have to
The
brush
average
my
high is
hair,
50.
I
Let
don't
me take
want
you
it.
back
I'm gonna
to
give
a
you a
few
back
hours
later.
ago when the plows
It's
were
gonna
coming
be
through
nice.
and the cars were getting stuck. And it was a bevy. It was 3 plows. They came around.
Can you braid my hair?
Intersection. I wasn't sure what they were doing. I thought they were just going to straight to the light and right up 61st Street. They looped around. 2 went that way and 1 went up the hill. Speaking of the hill, look at these cars. You're seeing that a couple of cars got stuck. They have front-wheel drive, so that goes to show you that front-wheel drive is not the end-all. It's better than rear-wheel drive, but a couple cars got stuck, and we needed 2 or 3 people to get them up.
It's about time.
Nick, one of your friends, I think. So they needed several people to get that car out of the snow. As far as the airport goes, they have canceled 30 flights today. That is about 50% of the total flights. And I'm sorry, they canceled 55 flights today. That's about half of all flights in and out of Tulsa. Again, no racing anymore. And so things should be in pretty good shape, certainly tomorrow. And I heard the mayor on Fox News Channel say, I don't think kids will go back to school before Wednesday. Nick, you've got friends everywhere, even here in Tulsa.
Take the snow on
The way my friend is driving there, he might be from Tulsa to New York City in just a couple of hours, the way those tires were working. Mike, we appreciate it. Yeah.
You didn't see it, but he came very close to coming off and into the snowbank. I mean, his back end wiggled around some. So it's a TV camera. It's an idiot magnet. Trust me, I've seen this before. I don't know what it is about a camera, but people just act silly.
Everybody wants to have their moment in this digital age, I guess. Mike Saddell, we appreciate that. Stay safe out there, too. You're close to the road. I know you will, but you know, you're our favorite, so make sure that you're keeping yourself out of harm's way. And we appreciate that report out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's swing it from the east here as we take that up into New York City. This is a live look at Times Square, and listen, the snow could be coming down. It could be bitterly cold. It's 13 degrees, and people will still be out in Times Square. It doesn't matter, rain or shine or anything in the middle. There's going to be people, tourists, out and about taking pictures. They're going to be doing it, obviously, in some challenging conditions. We've already seen tons of snowfall here in New York City. LaGuardia Airport completely shut down, so it is difficult to move around the city and around the tri-state area right now. Let's get to Fox News correspondent Alexis McAdams, who's joining us from Central Park. Alexis, right at about a half a foot.
We're seeing here on the roads in New York City. So this is like Columbus Circle. I'm going to flip around and show you that, Nick, in a second, Central Park. But this is the consistency, because I thought it was interesting earlier. Katie Byrne was talking about, in D.C. it was kind of like that sleet and that like basically hard little rocks of ice that were mixed into the snow. This is pretty much like a powder consistency here, and it's just coming down 7 inches and counting at least here on the city's Upper West Side. The roads here, we're going to flip around here and show you a little bit what we're seeing. You can see some people are still trying to get around. The plows are trying to do their best. And then for people that think they're tough, I just want to show you these people in these pedicabs, okay? The guy's throwing the peace sign. He doesn't care. It's like 12 degrees out here. The snow's coming down. The job still has to get done for him to bring people around the city, but you got to be pretty tough to be riding your bike in this, okay? So walk with me this way. I'm going to show you what we're seeing on the ground here in Central Park. People love Central Park. They come from all over the world to see it. It looks a little different right now. It's like the frozen Big Apple, not the regular Big Apple today. But we're going to walk through here, and this powdery consistency can get through. But as you said earlier, it's going to kind of turn to this like sleet-like consistency. We got 7 inches. It's going to keep coming, but then you can already just listen for a second. Kind of like pelts the camera, pelts the microphone. It's because it's becoming a hardened, like icy mix. So people have been trying to come out here as well. They've got umbrellas because it's coming down so much. And then you can see the kids that are having some fun as well. But it's cold, it's icy, and the road conditions can be dangerous. So if you are on foot, you can walk to Central Park, you can go sledding, that's great. But if you're going anywhere around the city, or people that were trying to get to the grocery store to get some extra, like, I guess, necessities, people were falling in the snow, they couldn't get by, and then cars are being stuck too. It's also a huge test for the mayor here. It's his first big snow. It's a record amount of snow. So people aren't going to be talking about free buses in New York City. They're going to be talking about their street clouds. So we're going to have to see exactly how it turns out. But it is a pretty day in New York City if you're not moving around. You don't have to go to work. So keep me posted.
Where is your?
Yeah, I would imagine. I see some people there with their sleds. I would imagine it's kind of tough to sled ride in conditions like this when it's snowy and also so cold, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Chicago, so I guess cold's relative to me. But yeah, it's like 18 degrees here right now, and it feels like temperature with the wind makes it feel a lot colder. And then with that wind chill and with that snow, once these plows go through, whether they're salted, they brine the roads or not, the temperatures drop quickly. So that's what makes it, underneath all these conditions here, underneath all this snow, comes that icy mixture. So it's not safe, really,
All right, Fox News correspondent Alexis McAdams, thank you for that walk and talk. Nicely done, burning off some calories and getting your steps in out there in Central Park.
That's right.
We appreciate it. Man, Jane, I can't get over the pedicab drivers. I mean, rain, snow, or shine, they're going to be out there charging people $100 a minute.
Absolutely. Look at Baltimore, Maryland, covered in snow here. We've had some really hefty snow bands work their way up the I-95 corridor. Now we're starting to see the sleet maybe try to mix in a little bit, but I gotta tell you, this cold air is holding strong. We do have heavy snow expected through the remainder of this afternoon, and we're really gonna focus that threat across the New York City metro area, up into southern New England, and then back out across parts of northeastern PA and the Hudson Valley. So we are monitoring some pretty steady snow bands. We look into some of our snow reports that have come in across the city. Central Park there, where we had Alexis McAdams, about 7 inches of snow. JFK, about 6 inches. LaGuardia shut down with 7 inches of snow. Jersey City across the Hudson, from Manhattan, we have 7 inches of snow here as well. So we are well on our way to getting close to that double-digit mark, especially when you look at radar right now. When you look at these bright whites, right, this is where we have those hefty bands working their way in, but it's also a little tricky because you know that warm nose and that developing low is what's going to begin to threaten in the sleet. So I want to take a look at our winter precip type. Most of this, all of this is snow, but we are starting to see perhaps a little bit of that warm air try to work its way in now over the course of the last hour. I don't think it's going to do much to really transition us yet, but it is something that we are going to follow closely. For now, though, still dealing with those very fine snowflakes. From the northeast, I went ahead to the southeast because a growing risk of more freezing rain. The worst is still to come in cities like Charlotte, Greenville, South Carolina, where we've got Bob Van Dillen, down to Atlanta. Look at our road conditions. Sleet this morning. Now we have a big blob of moisture moving into that cold air, which is dammed up at the surface. Heavy freezing rain expected to increase in coverage through the afternoon. We can actually track this rain over the Appalachians into the I-85 corridor, where once it hits the ground, it's expected to freeze on contact. So big picture here, you can actually start to see that transition taking place at the base of the Appalachians across North Georgia right now, north of Atlanta. You see that pink popping up on radar? That is our biggest concern. Power is still on, but with the next several hours, with a radar signature like this and that cold air settled in at the surface, expecting to see that freezing rain pick up in intensity, or we could still see more than a quarter to a half an inch of ice as we go through this evening. Now, eventually, this will clear as we get into the overnight, but the concern, once this ice falls, is of course the Arctic cold that settles in behind it, prolonging our impacts. So make sure that you stay tuned in with us. We've got full coverage that will continue through this afternoon. We're going to check in with Bob Vandell, and of course, he's coming back up for us in Greenville. We'll see that transition in real time. A reminder to our viewers, too, keep sending in your photos, your videos. Scan the QR code you see on your screen right here. Tap into the Share It tab on the page. And if you're watching us on your phone, no worries. Navigate over to foxweather.com/connect. You can upload your videos, your photos there. We love to showcase them here at Fox Weather. Also helps us get an idea of what's happening across this massive footprint of our historic winter storm. More Fox Weather, your Winter Storm HQ. We're coming up. Keep it here.
When the day's done, focus on the rest. With the nightly drink that supports your body's natural sleep cycle, helping you wind down, improve sleep quality, and wake up refreshed. With premium, clinically studied key ingredients, and without melatonin. AGZ, it's the nightly drink for winding down and resting up.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
Oh, no.
Introducing the new GLP-1 pill on Rebel. It's the same weight loss ingredient as the shot, now in a pill. The first ever FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss on Rebel, with an innovative formula that finally unlocks real GLP-1 results in a pill. One pill a day to lose 14% of your body weight in a year. The lowest priced FDA-approved GLP-1 ever. Now on Rebel.
You might love pizza, sweets, and a drink or two. Unfortunately, your liver doesn't. Exhaustion, bloating, and feeling sluggish are warning signs your liver needs love. Active Liver by New Nordic provides an easy daily detox to help keep your liver healthy. Active Liver uses safe, natural ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, and glowed artichoke to cleanse and protect your liver, helping you feel more energized to enjoy the good things in life. Because when your liver's happy, your body's happy. Shop Active Liver online or at select retailers.
This is an important message for anyone exposed to asbestos. If you or a loved one were exposed to asbestos and were later diagnosed with mesothelioma, lung cancer, or any of the diseases listed on your screen, call the Victim Justice Group now. You may be entitled to significant money damages. A $30 billion court-ordered trust fund has been established for mesothelioma and asbestos patients and their families.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-416-0393. That's 1-800-416-0393 right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fox Weather. Our continuing coverage of this epic major winter storm. It's one of the worst ones we've seen in years. And when you talk about all the freezing rain that we've had already accumulate around northern Louisiana into Mississippi, right down in the middle of Tennessee, northern Alabama. We've got a tornado watch down across the deep south. We've got more ice storm warnings for, at one point, over 20 million people. And now that big batch of snow, 2 to 3 inches per hour at times, is rolling through the Atlantic into the Northeast. I am in Greenville, South Carolina right now, and I got to tell you, I was here early September of last year after a Clemson LSU game. It didn't look like this at all. In fact, beautiful. Green trees. We had nothing but sunshine. Now it looks to me like something you'd find in Bangor, Maine. We've had tons of sleet and freezing rain. We're a bit of a break right now. We're in between the cold front and all that lifting stuff that we've seen already pull through this morning. Now that cold front is parked right around Alabama with a heavy shot of rain sliding through that state into Georgia. And I think we're going to see a huge batch of heavy, steady freezing rain for a few hours as it rolls right up the I-85 corridor. Let me bring in my guys back in New York. Talk about Jane and Nick, the meteorologists up there in charge. And I'll tell you this, looking at some of these reports coming in, Clemson, yeah, they're leading the pack up there as well with the freezing rain, sleet, and the ice. And it has been nonstop since about midnight last night.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're expecting this to pick up in a big way. We've been tracking radar, Bob. Of course, I know you've got your eyes on it where you are. Big slug of rain headed in your direction. And when you look at it on radar, you think, okay, rain, we're fine. But you know that those ground temperatures are freezing. We've been wedged in, and now we're expecting heavy freezing rain to continue, well, over the course of the next maybe 6 hours as we head through this evening. And that's why we have such high accretion totals of the ice still to come for Greenville. We could still see well upwards of ½ an inch of ice accretion, and that is what's going to lead to power outages. Because, Bob, where you are, a lot of folks, they all still have power, correct?
Yeah, we do. We have power. It really isn't been that much of an issue. Nick, I want to bring you in too because you used to work and live in Charlotte also, and you know all about these Arctic wedges that come in. And it's essentially cold air that gets pinned between the Appalachians and the Atlantic Ocean. And this one is really thick, and I can tell you that because we saw mostly sleet last night, which means that column of freezing air was a little bit thicker. That means it's going to take a while for that column of cold air to erode. And as that big batch of rain comes in from Georgia, it hits that column of cold air, and we're looking at the potential for major icing going on for about 2 to 3 hours, maybe as much as 4 hours if it continues to pull through. So we're not done with the freezing rain by any stretch.
Bob, the fact that, you know, 1/10 of an inch of ice is a lot of ice, and the fact that we're calling for 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch more of icing is unbelievable. This could be one of those storms where we talk about it like, remember the storm from 2026, right? This could be one of those benchmark storms for years to come. So it's going to be a long night, I think, here across the Carolinas and Georgia.
Crap, you know what? I'm looking at that all of a sudden turn. Now you're looking at the northern suburbs of Atlanta. You've got Roswell there. You've got Alpharetta. Going into areas like Milton. And you see also instantaneously that cold air builds right back in, and you got that rain switching over to freezing rain in the last few frames. Watch that cold front come in. Look at that pink developing north, and that's Roswell. That's where I live right there. Point 2. That's where we were yesterday. We're going to see more before it finally ends, so we are not done yet. All right, so that's where the warmer air is nosing in. Where is it pure cold there? Central Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Brandon Koplik, our exclusive storm chaser, is out there driving around. Brandon, you've got these snow-covered roads. I'm following you right now. What does it look like, pal?
Yeah, it's definitely been rough anywhere from Cincy to Dayton to Columbus. The roads are just completely snow-packed and snow-covered. And I mean, there's some areas that I'm literally just driving, plowing the snow myself. It's so deep. And when I'm talking about this isn't just on secondary roads. Like right now, I'm driving westbound on Interstate 70.
Oh, that's a major interstate on 70. Wow. Hey, Brandon, have you seen anybody stuck yet? Have you had to pull anybody out?
Yeah, we've helped out about at least like 10 people so far today, so it's been decently busy out here. But thankfully, I mean, on the other hand, there's a lot of people that just decided to stay home, and that's very evident. And people are doing well at making those kind of decisions. It's just staying home until the worst passes, and just don't go out unless you absolutely have to. And if you do, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive is a must.
Brandon, it looks like you're blazing your own trail right there. Have you had a sense of how much snow is falling?
Over in this area, it's been close to a foot. I'd say 10 to 12 inches. I just got the local storm report out of Kettering, Ohio. They're up to 13 inches there south of Dayton.
Wow. Yeah, we can see it. What's the visibility? It's not even that great at this point.
No, visibility's probably sitting at, I mean, it's about a quarter of a mile or so, quarter to half a mile, so it's not doing too bad right now. The dry air is punching in. While we've got good snowfall rates, with this dry air getting in, it's really making the snow very fine and small, so it's not accumulating as fast, but it's still coming down at a decent rate.
Yeah, Brandon, how's the wind been up there? Are we talking close to blizzard-like conditions or no?
It's been generally light up here, thankfully. The wind hasn't been too bad. If we ever have blizzard conditions, it's been closer to when we get into the heavier bands of snow with intense snowfall rates and bigger snowflakes. But overall, the conditions have been okay.
Beautiful. Where are you headed right now, man?
Actually, believe it or not, I am going down in between Dayton and Cincinnati. A couple chaser friends of mine, their alternator went out in their truck. So I am on my way to go pick up an alternator and go change out their alternator.
Hey, listen, you're always doing something, right? You're always helping people out. I appreciate it. Brandon Koppberg up there live in Columbus, Ohio area on I-70, where it's clearly snow covered. Brandon, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Thank you for the report. We appreciate it. All right, still coming up. The freezing rain has started once again. We are in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm starting to get the rain back on my screen. I got this laptop that's not getting iced over. We are not done with the storm. In fact, now as we have that cold front slicing in, we've got that rain and snow headed up. Winter Storm HQ coverage. We are live 24/7. Even though this son of a gun leaves, we're going to be all over. We're Fox Weather, your Winter Storm HQ. We got full coverage around the clock. Coming right back.
Fighting through forms for new car insurance rates can take forever. You can count on Credit Karma to speed things up, because Credit Karma shows you personalized rates from top providers without the extra legwork, so you can get to the coverage you need ASAP. Download Intuit Credit Karma to get started.
Cheaters, don't sleep on Tammy.
We followed him to this sex shop.
What the?
How dare you?
I can't take it no more, Tammy.
What you did was foul.
Caught in the act unfaithful. All new Tuesdays at 8.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
It's monkeybear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I've just been reunited with both of my dead husbands, and I have to pick where to spend eternity.
There's Marines police now, John.
Oh, to see the blizzard.
No calls.
I count 1, 2, 3.
And so it begins.
You guys do this every day? If we're lucky.
Let's get going.
At HBO Max today with Sling. Watch on the HBO Max app live or on demand with your Sling subscription.
What a night are you?
Is that enough to kill a monster?
What makes you think I kill monsters?
You seem like kill all things.
You're a monster. Do you believe in you?
The monster didn't need your parents. Also men. I came to kill me.
Right now on Sling. RT delivers the support your body craves, and thousands have already discovered the difference. Ready to fuel your body the right way? Scan the QR code to order now and enjoy fast shipping straight to your door. Visit fullleafteacompany.com and explore our complete line of wellness blends. Organic testosterone blend, natural strength in every cup.
Welcome back, everybody, with our extended coverage of this epic winter storm that has some legs. About 2,000 straight miles from New Mexico to Maine, getting affected with either Arctic blast cold air, or freezing rain, sleet, snow, or just plain old severe thunderstorms. And plain old, we got a tornado watch across the Gulf Coast, all the way to lower Alabama and Georgia. I am live right now in Greenville, South Carolina, an area that just picked up again with the freezing rain. We've seen every mode of winter weather with the exception of heavy snow. We've seen sleet, freezing rain, and it's been a sandwich back and forth. You can see the sleet has really piled up nicely over the last couple of hours right here on the sidewalk. So things are passable at this point. Got people walking around, temperature about 28 degrees. We have a cold one coming in across this Arctic air mass, which is firmly entrenched through the Piedmont of North Carolina, down into the upstate of South Carolina, and now nosing still across northern Georgia. I want to bring back in meteorologist Jane Menard and meteorologist Nick Boser. Great to see you guys this afternoon, and it is cold out here, no question. But what's concerning me the most at this point, very heavy snow for the Mid-Atlantic through the Northeast. It's that changeover to freezing rain again for northern Georgia, which is now sliding up that I-85 corridor right on track.
Yeah, we're watching it in real time. North of Atlanta, we're starting to see pink on radar, which means that as that moisture works in, as it falls through the column of air, warms and straight up freezes at the surface. So that's what we're looking at right now, that expansive coverage of freezing rain working into the I-85. Bob, headed right up in your direction. I mean, right now, if I were able to take, let's see, if I stop things, here we are right now. If I were to take a measuring tool to see where the leading edge of this big batch is, about 100 miles or so. So you expect that to move in what? Maybe the next 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, and it's already picked up in steam. We had one little brief shot right before I left you guys at the top of the last hour. It stopped after about 5 minutes. Well, we know it's going to come back, and that's what we were concerned with. And Nick, when you picked that picture up, look at it going all the way to the northeast.
Yeah, that's a monster. I mean, this is covering so much real estate. This is one of those storms where you may want to check in on your neighbors and your family, especially as power starts to really go out and things get chilly, and that becomes a concern as we get into tonight and tomorrow. Just so many people being impacted by this, and again, power outages from this storm that we're watching play out right now could last for upwards of a week. So keep that in mind. There's the power outage tracker right now. Those numbers continue to go up. Janie made a good point. There's less than 1 million customers without power, but well more than 1 million people are encompassed in that number.
Absolutely. We're starting to see power outages spike now across parts of North Georgia. Highlighted that for you as that freezing rain picks up just over the course of probably the last 30 minutes, right? And then we also have some power outages down in southern Alabama. That, not from the snow or ice, but from the severe storms that we're tracking just north of the I-10 corridor.
Wow. Yeah, Jane, you see that red dot right in the northern part of Mississippi? That's Lafayette County. And that's the one where my kids are right now at Ole Miss. Yeah, I told them not to go. Told them to come home. They stayed. That's freezing rain, and everybody out there in northern Mississippi suffering right now with power outages. And that Arctic air is coming in also. Hey, that's the freezing rain, the sleet, the severe component to the southeast. Let's get to the Mid-Atlantic, and you can see some blues and purples in that forecast as well. Let's bring up Katie Byrne. Katie Byrne's been out there as well. We've got some cars that are stuck in snow up there. And when you're talking about snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour, that is definitely going to happen. You can see the pictures out of Washington. And I'm listening to what's apparently striking you, Katie, right now. Sounds like sleet at this point, right?
It is sleet and it hurts, Bob. We've had this sleet for most of the morning, I want to say. We had snow to start. That changed over to the sleet, but all of this started in the overnight hours, and this sleet is still continuing to accumulate on top of the snow that's already on the ground. When you take a look at the consistency of this, it gives you an idea of how hard it is to work with. It's not really packable snow, but inside of the snow, you're going to see these little balls of ice. So that's just making it harder to clean up, and also, of course, more damaging, unfortunately. So we know crews out for the city's Department of Public Works have been focusing on trouble spots. That's where they're focusing their efforts on plowing and salting right now, before the potential for anything on the ground right now to freeze over. When you look around the DC area, I mean, very quiet. We've seen at times some people out and about, mostly to do things like walk their dogs. Some families trying to sneak in a little sledding time, a little winter fun, but nobody really lasts long in these uncomfortable conditions, because truly it feels like sharp needles pricking your face.
We were just talking about how this doesn't feel like real snow. It feels more like tiny ice pellets. So while it looks like snow, if you pick it up in your hand, it's like basically freezing rain turned to ice.
I actually did pick up a little bit of it. It just looks like a bunch of beads, which is a bit surprising and probably explains why it's so much noisier when like things are falling.
Yeah. And those folks you just heard from, they're actually from Minneapolis, but they live in DC now, so this is nothing new to them. They were some of the only brave souls I met out here, just going for a walk. So some people are okay with the conditions. Most people seem to be hunkering down inside, but there are still people working today trying to clean all of this up to keep it safe for those essential workers who are out and about, trying to get to the office, trying to get to the hospitals, all different scenarios. We do know schools here are going to be closed tomorrow, and across the region that's the case, as officials warn people to stay off the roads through tomorrow morning with these active conditions, and then growing concerns now about what the days ahead could look like after the snow sleet moves out because of bitter cold temperatures and the possibility of outages. Bob?
All right, Katie, thank you very much up there in Washington, D.C. Great report as always. And when you can hear the sleet bouncing off of your head, you know that it's a kinetic situation. So that's you in the mid-Atlantic. Let's go a little farther up to the north, where the cold air is still cold below freezing from the surface all the way up to the top of the troposphere, meaning whatever falls is going to be frozen, it's going to be snow. I don't think we're going to see any problems with any mixing coming in for another few hours, but that's video from Hoboken, New Jersey. And the snow is coming down at a rainfall of between 1 to 2 inches per hour just a few hours ago. So let's get boots on the ground alive. Look, CB Cotton is up there, and she's been reporting live around Hoboken, and it looks like it's miserable. It was 10 degrees the last time I talked to her. CB, you look like you're still chilling.
Bob, yeah, it's definitely frigid and chilly out here. So when we last spoke about an hour ago, we had some pretty rapid snowfall. Now this is sleet. It is sleeting out here, and those ice pellets are hitting us in the face. And as Katie Byrne, who's in DC, mentioned moments ago, it does feel pretty painful, especially for this southern gal. But I want to talk about the snowfall accumulation that we saw from the early morning hours until about an hour ago. Right now, the National Weather Service says the largest amount of snowfall accumulation is in the northernmost portion of New Jersey at just under 9 inches. Right now, that total is falling short of the estimated 14 inches that some parts of New Jersey were expecting to get. So we'll have to see how the day rounds out, but that's what we're noticing right now. Let's take a look. Let's walk over here to the roadways. I'm going to have my photographer walk with me if he can. You can see just how much snow has accumulated in some of the low-lying areas. I mean, look at this, Bob. Like, as I've been talking to the Fox Weather teams throughout the morning, at one point, only a small portion of my boot was covered. Then my whole, the lower half of my boot was covered. And now, I mean, look, past my boot is covered, like halfway up to my calf. So that just really speaks to the steady, persistent snowfall that we had from about 5 a.m. until maybe about an hour ago, 1 p.m. local time. This is what people are worried about now, elected leaders, is the sleet and the icy rain that will continue to fall for the rest of the day, making the situation even worse here on the roadways. As you can see, there are some drivers out here who have decided to brave this, but you know, emergency crews have recommended they not do this. Throughout the day, we've seen people spinning out. We've seen people get stuck as they try to move along this stretch of roadway here in Hoboken. And of course, you can see our first responders moving throughout this area too, trying to do their best to keep an eye on the situation and keep everyone safe. But Bob, the big update from here in Hoboken, New Jersey is that now it is freezing. The snowfall has let up for now, and we are anticipating that the roadway conditions will deteriorate as we continue throughout the rest of the day, and especially as things get dark. I want to send it back over to you.
Yeah, all right, thank you, CB. And I hate to hear that bouncing off your head. It means, yeah, it's changed over to sleet, and that's actually harder to deal with. And we just got this in, CB. 7.2 inches of snow officially at Central Park. The biggest snowstorm we've seen up there in 4 years. So you're camped out in the right spot, CB. Thank you so much for that report. In Hoboken, great stuff. I'll get back to you in a bit. All right, so unfortunately, with that kind of snow comes all kinds of issues with closures at the airport. LaGuardia, you're closed. Reagan National, DC area, you're closed. GSP, closed as well. We anticipated it. We knew the storm was going to have monstrous effects on travel, and it's already happening. Look at the pictures right there in New York. You can see some cars kind of in the middle of the road right there. Snow-covered roads in NYC. Hey, listen, we are at it for 24
Pile up.
For Fox Weather.
There's your pile up.
HQ. We'll be hanging in there until the storm finally ends. And as you know, that could be for days. Keep it here, everybody. We'll have the latest updates on this epic storm right after the break. Hey, Gordon.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto
That's
shop.
what brought the snow,
We're
was the
here.
pushing cold air from the
Ours
Arctic
too.
Circle.
That means something's wrong.
We had the weather on for 2 straight days. You should have learned something.
That is, unless you've called Car Shield. When you call Car Shield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car. Don't wait. Call Car Shield today before it's too late.
Call 800-369-9526.
On 48-hour shifts, calls don't really care if you're eating, if you're trying to sleep, or if you're working out. Before AG1, I was having some trouble maintaining consistency. My energy was low. And now, the biggest change I've noticed is having maintained energy levels. I feel good from morning till night. I've been in the fire service for over 20 years, and without the resiliency and having a well-established routine, I don't think I would have made it this far.
With On Deck, we could get a small business like that. Hire more help right away. Or
Hey, Mom!
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
People say that radical hospitality is a thing of the past. But at Tecovas, we beg to differ. We pour everything into helping you make the West your own. Come visit us and see what's in store for you.
Her life was bigger than any film. She knew just the power that she had. She knew her worth.
She was like, I can do this, and she pushed herself in a way that she'd never been pushed before.
She was a beautiful Hollywood star, but she was so much more than that.
If people want to hear something from me, okay, you're gonna hear it.
She created celebrity the way that we see it now.
$1 million for an actor? Unheard of.
Everything about her life was public.
She stood up for her friends with quite a bit of courage. She died a hero. I thought, wait a minute, instead of resenting it, I'll use my fame.
For years and years, she was the most famous person in the world. She literally is the modern day everything. She's just the blueprint.
I don't think I'm reckless, but I am fearless.
All right, welcome back to Fox Weather, everybody. Brand new numbers coming in. We've hit the 1 million mark. Over 1 million customers across the United States without power because of this storm that's spiraling right out of the Alabama region now into Georgia with freezing rain. And it's ultimately turning into very heavy snow for New England. Looks like the rain has switched over to sleet for the New York City metro area, but we had 7.2 inches of snowfall in Central Park before the changeover. That's the snowiest snowstorm that we've seen in 4 years. So I want to bring back in Jay Menard and Nick Koster up there in New York City. I'm interested. Have you guys looked out the window during a break, see what's going on out there?
I hear it. It's incredible, right? I mean, also too, checking Marissa Torres, she just sent me a message saying that snow sleet, it hurts to walk in, but it's a very slippery, very icy event out there on the roads, on the sidewalks. And so, of course, the message is if you don't have to be out in this, please don't. I do think, though, Bob, although we've seen a brief transition, and you can hear it, the sleet in New York City, I do think that this cold air is still going to budge us back to a changeover to snow, at least for a couple of hours. But LaGuardia, because of this, I mean, completely, the airport shut down operations. This is a look right now at the roads. You can see, I'm not sure if this is an accident or if they're just turning around traffic so that people don't go to the airport anymore. Because, I mean, you can see these folks, they're some of which turn it around, but
it's one of those situations where that's one of the reasons why folks are being urged to stay at home, right? If you can help it, you don't want to be on the roads, and that's what can happen on snow, sleet, and ice, a pile up, and it's nasty out there, guys. And we've got the traffic issues, we've also got the power outage issues taking place all across Texas and right through Louisiana, Mississippi, and up into Tennessee. And these numbers, they're climbing. I mean, we continue to march over 1 million customers without power.
And you know, Bob, we talked with the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency about what's going on across parts of northern Mississippi. They're concerned right now in Mississippi with 162,000 outages, many of which centered near Ole Miss, or you've got your kids, right? Where we've had just destructive images coming out in northern Mississippi. The EMA, they're concerned that we're going to see these outage numbers continue to spike even after this event moves out.
You know what? My daughter just called me literally 5 minutes ago, said it was quote unquote an S show in northern Mississippi in Oxford. And it's like, yeah, no kidding. She sent me the video, and we're trying to turn that around. We have so many things going on at Fox Weather. The video is just sad. If you're familiar with Oxford, if you're familiar with the area, they have these beautiful trees. A lot of them are broken, a lot of them are snapped, a lot of them are lying down. And that's why you see that one bullseye that was across northern Mississippi. That's Lafayette County, just pounded. And that's why we got the power outages. It saddens me. It's a place close to my heart. But now we're watching all that move over to the north and east. Look at Atlanta. Look at a changeover right there. So it runs into that cold air.
I mean, this is the concern. We don't have a ton of power outages right now across parts of North Georgia into the Carolinas, but we're looking at several hours of a pretty significant freezing rain event starting to take shape, that changeover right on the I-85 corridor north and east of Atlanta. And this is headed right up towards you, Bob. I mean, you've had some sleet and freezing rain over the course of the last few hours this morning, but the main event still arriving.
That's going to come in here in about, 45 minutes to an hour. All right, let's go up to Nashville. Sarah Allegre is up there in Nashville, and we know they already got the freezing rain yesterday, last night, through this morning. 3/4 inch at one point, maybe even more. Sarah, what does it look like for you up there? Wow, it does not look good.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, and as you were talking about earlier with those trees at Ole Miss, we're seeing a similar story here.
You said it's like watching people live. Why can't you go outside and go, man, this stuff sucks.
I thought the dog was having the rats over here.
Of the ice accretion and development that we've been warning folks about and what we're seeing here. So here's a look at our branch.
I thought that snow was having the rats over here.
Thick chunk of ice.
She's looking for a specific
weird rock. Earlier, we were asked about.
Did you throw it out?
Are you hearing that? We are.
Well, he thinks she did. He was over there in a specific spot looking for it, but where he threw it.
Some ice kind of fell down earlier.
So why don't you tell the truth?
Definitely cognizant of that as we
Doesn't
continue
matter how dumb it
our
is.
reporting here. I also want to document the change that we've experienced. You know, in the past hour or so, we've been reporting here on Fox Weather talking about the freezing rain. That since stopped. Some good news there. Now we're welcoming back in the mixture of sleet and snow. That's the potential as we continue later on tonight. But the concern, though, continues, especially as this winter storm passes, as we deal with the cold temps, frigid temps continuing here in Nashville. I mean, in the single digits, the teens, as we venture into the first part of the work week. And so definitely a cause for concern. And this can only add to the outages that we're seeing. A lot of that sludge we see on the road, that can turn into ice as we continue to see those temperatures drop. That means down trees, pictures like this. Down power lines, that can continue. And we've seen the impacts of that. Just talking to folks here, several hundreds of thousands of people without power. We talked to one, he's just one out of over 200,000 here in the greater Nashville metro area.
And I don't understand that. Your project, but you just put it somewhere anywhere. People.
At 6 a.m. I lost power. I think the entire neighborhood's out. I got out of my truck looking for breakfast and supposedly I drove for about an hour. Nothing was open except for a place down here beyond me. Don't really have a backup plan. No power.
You can't
I have
find
a
it.
couple gas fireplaces, so may rely on those after a while. Just relying on friends and family that still have power. So we're talking right now, and if things get worse, I'll relocate somewhere.
Hey, listen, a backup plan goes a very long way, along with relying on friends and family if you have the privilege nearby who have power on. The majority of folks here are without it for the time being. We know the Nashville Electric Service basically saying that this is going to last a few days or so, potentially a week. So we got a lot of warming shelters around this area, hoping people can rely on those resources offered by the state of Tennessee and also local resources as we continue to deal with the bitter cold for the days to come, guys.
Yeah. All right, Sarah, thank you for the visuals up there in Nashville, Tennessee. Great report. Just the trees behind you are so sad. Sarah, thank you very much in Middle Tennessee. All right, let's go over to North Carolina. I want to show you some new video coming up from Asheville, North Carolina. We've got some drone footage of what's been going on up there over the last several hours. It's been freezing rain, sleet, and snow. That is an ugly road right there. Gary, North Carolina. I mean, you're talking about some of these trees that are just standing nicely, but they are covered in the sleet at this point. That's what it looks like to me. All right, Olivia Conley, she is right now, Oliviana is in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is up 85 from where I am by about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we know, Oliviana, that this freezing rain batch is in Atlanta, is pulling into the South Carolina border. It's going to smash me, and it's going to smash you about 45 minutes later. So be prepared.
Yeah, Bob, we're watching that. Right now we have some light rain and sleet. We've had it kind of off and on with the more freezing rain earlier, and we're expecting, like you said, more later. But it is very icy over here. Even the ground is just covered. This was snow. It's now kind of hardened into ice. You can hear that crunch. Just this whole ground, I'm not even breaking through some of the ice in some of these areas. And it's covering everything, including the trees, like you mentioned over there. You can see that tree that has that white cast kind of on the edges there, where the ice is accumulating on top there. People are braving the cold a little bit to walk their dogs or grab a last minute item, but for the most part, people have really prepared for this. Including these folks I talked to earlier, and Grayson and Alex, who they're nice and bundled up. I agree, it's that kind of day. But you guys, you know, this is not normal for this area, you just told me. So how have you been kind of dealing with all this?
We've prepared as much as we could. I went to the store
No!
3 times this week. Because, like, you know, part of me is like, it's
Come.
North Carolina, it's not gonna happen.
Laurabelle, come here.
Kind of like fear monger us, and then nothing
Oh, mommy.
happens. And but part of me was like,
Come.
we really do go out of power for like days and days, like they predicted. So I went 3
Lay
times
down.
just to be safe, but it.
Yeah, I know you did, and I opened it because I don't like her in there by herself like that.
Later on, you know, as you
Bring the keyboard out in the living room. We'll take it to the basement.
was coming down more earlier. I mean, I probably would not
Hey.
recommend driving.
No driving. We live.
Can you grab that?
Street pretty much, so we can walk over here. But yeah, we'll be sitting tight.
Guard it.
We'll be sitting tight today.
This
Just a few walks for sure, but I mean, we're talking about the he's like in the cold there for sure. He's got his little boots on. I love that.
I was in here.
Power is a a major concern here too. So when you've got that weight of the ice on the trees, on the power lines, that can weigh down and snap those. And we have about double the people, customers that are out of power as compared.
Great, load the machine. I am. Okay.
Okay, mommy. Okay, mom. Mom. Andy, I need you.
Planet Earth. Home to over 6 billion.
Yeah.
Why don't you take the keyboard downstairs so that Laura Bell can play it without having to be locked in their room?
This is not happening! This is not fucking happening! Hey, motherfucker, that's my ride! Oh, my apologies, Tiny Elvis. Just didn't expect anything to be parked in my driveway. Your driveway? That's right.
This is a great
My
movie,
driveway.
but I gotta wait.
That's funny. When I parked in it, no one told me to pull out.
Well, actually, it's my driveway.
Hey, Nevada. But, see, when I'm in town, I use it. Well, I'm in town now, and I'm using it.
Keep talking like this, and I can arrange so neither of you ever uses my driveway again.
I don't think they're talking about the actual driveway.
No, I don't think so.
He's happy now, great, good mood.
Is it me or does he kind of remind you of?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like you at all.
It's not weird, it's creepy.
It's like an unfun house neighborhood.
I think you double parked, or perpendicular parked. Hope we don't get a ticket.
Whoa.
I'm just wrestling. Just not a good thing.
What is going on here?
What?
What do you mean one? Listen, does he not remember?
Today, Patriots. May. Perfect to Diggs. Broncos. And the Broncos have won it in overtime.
Come on, what is
For the
this?
AFC Championship. Today on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I know, that's why I was trying to watch it.
Just give. Today.
See if my nephew's competing here.
How's Steve?
He had a really
He's
good
going
start.
good, yeah.
Here's the cab 2 lip. Slides that whole thing. And then here's the miss. Great pop.
That's not Noah.
Goes front side 1440,
No,
but
he
you can
doesn't.
see
He
wasn't
doesn't
really
do.
even close to getting it back on his. You knew that was Little Brother's game plan. Are you surprised at all that he didn't maybe want to deviate that on run 1? Or because that is his C ride. That's his C ride. Like the front 14 is usually he would love to that be an 18, right? So that was his B ride.
Now, in search of a third consecutive gold medal, 25-year-old Red Gerard.
You hear that noise?
Yeah.
That's drones.
Winning in 2024 and 2025, he stopped Mark's potential three-peat. And all of a sudden, Red Gerard, who had never gotten to the top of the mountain in this event, is the man to beat.
So light in his feet, Brando. Really fun to watch ride the rails. Little switch up on the teardrop rail. That sets him up for the switchback too. Right in between the bindings. Cab 999. Ooh, frontside 1080. I don't know how he rode away from that. He wasn't letting go.
Yo, it's right.
Gerard comes correct in 1-1. There's a reason. He's got back-to-back gold medals here for
Down, where he left off.
Wow, the cold doesn't bother them at all.
No, they're all dressed for it.
A walk in the park for Gerard on his first run.
Switch backside 270, perfectly teed up on that long down bar. Absolute thing of beauty. They went cab 999. Here, the second jump. Frontside 1080. Really saves it there. And then this final right here. Beautiful. Beautiful melon grab on that. Now, I got to say this really quick. He just came in the corral. We're right here. He's talking to Eddie Wall, actually, not a big deal. He's saying that I can't see anything. And what's happened in the last about 45 to an hour, the cloud has come in and visibility has become an issue.
It may be an issue for some, but not for Red. An 89, good enough for first place on his first run.
Love that.
The crowd is geared up here at Aspen, and we want to be as well. Amazon is the exclusive online retail partner of X Games. Scan this QR code for access to the official X Games brand store, as well as Amazon's new Snow Adventure Shop. So Red Gerard on run number 1, leaving no doubt, and he can only go up from here. Red Gerard taking over first place here in the Monster Energy men's snowboard slopestyle. We'll be back after this word from our ABC stations.
We measure longevity in years.
Burke got 5th place.
Huh?
Burke got 5th place in the slopestyle at the X Games.
Your nephew?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is right here.
Oh.
Add more life to your years.
Pacifico isn't just a crisp Mexican lager. It's a beer with a story. Legend says it was discovered by accident by a group of surfers. We'll let you discover it for yourself. Pacifico. Find your own way.
Behold! The spirits came to me.
He got 5th in the
They
big air
told me
too.
your future isn't green.
These are the guys who's got to go against
I
in the
see
Olympics.
parties with no ice.
But he may be lowballing it for the Olympics.
A great purpling of the tongue. You will be offered a beer and you will decline. You will say,
Proud of him, man?
Huh?
Great.
Are you proud of him?
Of course I am.
You will know.
Seems like a silly question to ask me when I'm telling you his results.
Because you don't really communicate with the family.
I barely know the guy.
The new and improved free iHeartRadio app is finally here. It's everything you love about your
I don't want to be a guy that looks like a freaking star chaser. If he wants to communicate with, if anybody wanted to communicate with me, they could, but they don't. And my brother, Steve, has kept everybody out of it like it's his. He takes ownership over it.
anytime, anywhere. And
And yeah, it's like, he's like, that's my uncle. I'm like, he said that to me, I'm like,
improved
my uncle
iHeartRadio
too.
app. Get it now.
As a lifestyle guard, I know tequila people only have eyes for tequila. So when the last high noon tequila seltzer rolls overboard, I go overboard to save it. High noon, sun's up.
offered a job in D.C. I was just wondering what you transferred to D.C. PD would be like. You would have to start at the very bottom again.
Start the year off big at the Ram Start Something New sales event with America's most powerful lineup of light-duty gas trucks. And start up a Ram Heavy Duty with the strength of the available Cummins diesel. All backed by the strength of a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Get your year off to a strong start with a great deal at the Ram Start Something New sales event.
Right now, during the Ram Start Something New sales event, well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $419 a month. See your tri-state area Ram dealer.
Meals once had a time, a place, a plate. But life changes. And Marley Spoon changes too. Now we eat standing, laughing, rushing, surrounded, or alone. Call it a meal evolution. And we are all part of it. Cooking from scratch, heating it up, or just indulging. Marley Spoon. Meals reimagined for real life.
Time and temperature. Sponsored by TD Bank.
Now, the vibes are always immaculate here in Aspen, but somehow Jeep is taking it to the next level. Yes, it's the elite off-road vehicle, but now they're bringing that adventure spirit to the slopes as the ultimate partner for X Games Aspen 2026. It's clear the Jeep Wrangler was made for the mountains. Check this out. Driven by Jeep. And what an amazing partner to have out here in 2026 at Aspen. I had a chance to drive one around town, and I'll just say it is officially my vehicle of choice. When I'm in Aspen, when I'm anywhere, really, Craig. That was your first vehicle you ever owned, no? The first vehicle I ever owned was a Jeep Wrangler, that's no lie. Wish I still had that. Maybe I can go grab that blue one. Anybody grab it, I think. Hey, the club's over, right? Can I just get there? One run in. Here, the Monster Energy men's snowboard slope style. Red Gerard, our defending gold medalist, our current leader. Right behind him, though, that young man, Jake Cantor, put down that 84.66 on run number 1. What can he do here to increase that score, Craig?
Well, we talked about maybe it was going to be advantageous to be going last in the order, but it's looking like it's way better to be first. I mean, the clouds coming in, the uphill wind picking up. Jake Cantor already with a full pull in the books. A little bit of early out on that second rail. A little bit of an arm circle on that backside 270.
Oh, not having to hold
Yes. Just washes out. As he said, if you're just joining us, the day started.
Issue with vehicles. If you don't have an all-wheel drive, you're really
New York City now on high alert, gusts up to 40 or 50 miles per hour down. Oh
to
boy.
the side by snow plows, and that's what they're trying to do. They're dropping salt on the sidewalks over here.
But look, there's a
so
lot
that
of
all the
people
tourists
walking
can make their way
New
through,
York.
get their pictures taken, and that's
Nothing
the
stops
situation right now. What a moment here, and just to think, 1 million plus customers across the U.S. are now out of power. That's more than 1 million, because households are deeper than that. But we'll continue to monitor teams all over the U.S. for this historic storm here across the United States. What a winter so far, and piles of snow as people making their way through here. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Robert, I see that there is some traffic moving along fairly slowly behind you. Have you seen, since you've been there in Times Square, have you seen any in real time, any spin outs or any kind of traffic incidents? I'm wondering about some of those roads that you were just talking about.
Yeah. You know, not in Manhattan, I have not, thankfully. One thing that's pretty wild, and we'll get this video, imported in and out to our stream and our air. In fact, there it is. That's, Doug, if you can catch, this guy's on a snowboard, making his way through, I don't think Doug can see because of the vehicle, guy on a snowboard getting drug along by an SUV all around Times Square. Whether or not that's safe or not, I'll leave it up to the viewers to decide, but it's a pretty wild scene here. People truly taking, I guess, extreme sports to the next level here in Midtown.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I think everybody's trying to have a moment in this digital age. Certainly don't try that at home. Robert, we don't want to see you doing that either. You're good on your 2 feet with the microphone in your hand, my friend.
Yeah, no.
All right, a reminder to our viewers, you keep sending in your videos, your photos. We want to thank you. Keep them coming, right? Scan the QR code right there on your screen. Let us know what's happening outside your window.
That was funny. He was just about to tell the story, and the guy flew by.
Share it tab on the page there, and if you're not in front of your TV,
ahead.
you're watching us on your phone.
What?
Go and navigate to
tell the story?
No, that guy was just about to tell the story about a guy being pulled by the snowboard.
Oh.
And then the guy went, and he goes, "There he is!"
Hey there, Nick Oza here. We're back. It's time for Fox Weather Deals, sponsored by Knocking, as we're always here to help you save on products that'll keep you prepared no matter what is in the forecast. To start shopping, go to foxweatherdeals.com. Courtney Kaysen, our resident lifestyle expert, is back with another super cool, kind of futuristic product.
Oh my gosh, and they're from Minolta, which you guys know, a digital optics brand, but so much respect in the category. You've probably had their products in your home for years. These are their 4K HD binoculars, and you can choose to look through the traditional way, or you can look through on the screen, which is awesome, because say right now you're looking at foliage, but when the weather turns chilly, you're looking at wildlife,
it's going to cost you for my
can
birthday.
actually snap a picture of what you're viewing, and because these are 12 times the magnification, you are seeing what's 120 feet away, almost as like crystal clarity 10 feet away, which is awesome. There's an SD card here, so you can transfer it out to your computer, which is lovely. And these just fit a lot more comfortably in the hands. They're lightweight, you can travel with them, camping, cruising, you name it, and have your memories for a lifetime stored and saved.
I love it. An LCD screen on binoculars is something that's been a long time coming, I think.
Absolutely. Our deal price today, phenomenal, $149.99, saving you 50% off.
That is a deal. Courtney, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Cheap, Mom.
To purchase one of these and so much more, scan the
Order that right away while it's on sale.
or check out foxweatherdeals.com.
Maybe I can have it for Valentine's Day.
For your Valentine's Day?
Reaching your financial goals.
You never give me anything for my
I take you out to dinner, cost me $150.
I give you something our first Valentine's Day.
We can help you seize them.
I think you never wear that
Gives you
clothes,
personalized guidance
remember?
to
What
improve
was
your
that
credit,
name for you?
savings, taxes,
You
and
remember
more.
that?
So you can find your way to money.
It was a cartoon.
Intuit Credit
something.
Karma you can count on.
Yeah, I never see you.
Well, I don't know where it is. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What's it look like? What color is it? Can't even remember the name on it.
I remember because it's like a joke something.
Disintegrates and
Like a
breaks
joke?
down that caked on grease and grime in no time.
That's
Cookie
nice.
grease buildup on your hood vent screen, just a few sprays of superpowered WowE breaks it down, breaks it up, and dissolves it away. There's nothing else like it on the market today.
The secret is super strength alpha olefin sulfonate, known for its grease-destroying powers.
WowE easily cleans up cooking grease and smoke on your kitchen cabinet doors. Now that's a WowE, and it's perfect for cleaning grease and grime from baseboards, doors, and even hardwood floors. WowE turns your sneakers from looking old and worn to brand new, and it's so easy to do. Look, oven doors are a messy chore. But WowE has the muscle to break down and emulsify that nasty, broiled on solid wall grime so it's easily released. Now that's a WowE.
super concentrate and sprayer, enough to make 16 bottles. Plus, get our stainless steel scrubber absolutely free. It's an $80 value, only yours for just $29.99. That's a 1-year supply for one low price. Order now.
Muddy paws, dirty shoes, and endless cleaning? Are your floors always dirty no matter how many times you clean?
Why'd you leave the front door open? It's cold.
Meet
It's gonna be
Muddy
cold
Mat,
in here.
The ultra-absorbent microfiber chenille mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean. It's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that
I
are
like it open, but
more absorbent than
I
ordinary.
need plastic, by the way. I need plastic to cover this whole thing up. When really cold weather comes, it can save us a lot of money on heat.
They have the same rugs we have now.
I know. That's why you buy them.
The best mat I've ever found, and you need to try mini. There's still a sale going on.
You cannot see outside now.
I can jump up on the window, mommy.
Hi.
Are you getting mama love? Are you getting mama love? And she stopped. Oh my God, what are you gonna do now?
Stop. Now, sit down. Sit. No, sit.
Wow. I mean, that is a winter wonderland. Road conditions,
Where's that?
not the best, and that has been the case
You gotta pawn him off on me. You start betting his ears. Bet his ears,
at
mommy.
least 20 plus states, maybe more than that at this point when you consider how many people are impacted by this snow zone. This is the Northeast though. This is where we're going to keep the snow steadily falling as we get into tonight, perhaps even into tomorrow morning.
Tonight.
Power outages continue to remain a big concern here. We've seen these numbers spike. Now over 1 million customers without power, which means that we have millions of people without power. And these numbers not only growing across the swath of,
for a while.
in fact, I play this out for us. We've got about from East Texas up through West Virginia, more than 1,000 miles, say, of power outages that stretch across this zone. And power outages now, too, that are beginning to grow in Northeast Georgia into the Carolinas. Nick, Georgia now up near